Ever feel like you're playing a game of chess, but everyone else is playing checkers? Or maybe you've walked away from a conversation feeling like you just got talked into something you didn't actually want to do, but you're not even sure how it happened. That, my friend, is the subtle, sometimes invisible world of social manipulation. Now, before you start thinking I'm trying to turn you into a movie villain with a spinning chair and a white cat, take a breath. Understanding how people influence each other isn't about being evil. It's about having a map of the territory so you don't get lost, and maybe learning a few tricks to make your own life a little smoother. Let's be honest, we all manipulate. When you were 5 and you gave your mom that specific puppy dog eye look to get an extra cookie, manipulation. When you're at a job interview and you laugh a little too hard at a joke that wasn't actually that funny, manipulation. It's just human nature. But there's a deeper level to this, the kind of psychological glitches in the human brain that once you see them, you can never unsee. The power of the small ask. Have you ever heard of the foot in the door technique? It's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Imagine your friend asks you to watch their dog for just 10 minutes while they run into the store. You say yes because 10 minutes is nothing, right? But then next week, they ask you to house sit for the weekend. Suddenly, you feel a weird pressure to say yes. Why? Because your brain has already labeled you as the kind of person who helps this friend. If you say no now, it creates cognitive dissonance, a fancy way of saying your brain is having an argument with itself because your actions don't match your identity. In student life, this happens all the time. Someone asks to borrow a pen, then a notebook, then suddenly they're asking for your entire research paper. They started small to get your brain to agree to the big thing later. To flip the script, start noticing when people ask for just a tiny favor. If you don't want to do the big thing later, set the boundary at the pen. The Benjamin Franklin effect. This one is my favorite because it sounds like it should work the opposite way. Most people think that if you want someone to like you, you should do them a favor. Wrong. If you want someone to like you, you should ask them for a favor. Back in the day, Ben Franklin had a rival who hated him. Instead of being extra nice to the guy, Ben asked to borrow a rare book from his library. The rival sent it, Ben returned it with a nice note, and suddenly they were best friends. Why? Because the rival's brain told itself, I wouldn't lend a rare book to someone I hate, so I must actually like this Franklin guy. We justify our own actions to ourselves. If you're a student and there's a professor or a classmate who seems a bit cold toward you, ask them for a small piece of advice or to borrow a stapler. You're literally hacking their brain into liking you. The mirror glitch. Have you ever noticed when you're hanging out with your best friend, you start using the same slang or even sitting in the same way? This is called mirroring, and it's a massive tool for social influence. Humans are wired to trust people who are like them. It's an old survival instinct. If that guy over there moves like me and talks like me, he's probably in my tribe and won't hit me with a rock. If you're in a high-stakes conversation, maybe you're trying to convince your parents to let you stay out late or you're negotiating a group project, try subtle mirroring. If they lean back, you lean back. If they talk slowly, you talk slowly. Don't be a weirdo about it. Don't mimic them like a literal parrot or they'll think you're having a glitch. Just match their energy. It creates an instant subconscious bond of we are the same, which makes them much more likely to agree with what you're saying. The spotlight effect, your secret weapon. Here is a secret that will change your social anxiety forever. Nobody is looking at you. Seriously, think about the last time you saw someone trip in the hallway. You probably felt bad for a second, maybe chuckled, and then immediately went back to thinking about your own lunch, your own grades, or that embarrassing thing you said 3 years ago. We all think there's a giant spotlight on us, but everyone else is too busy worrying about their own spotlight to notice yours. How is this manipulation? Well, once you realize nobody cares, you can act with total confidence. And on this planet, confidence is the ultimate social currency. If you walk into a room like you own it, even if you're actually terrified, people will treat you like you own it. You are manipulating their perception of your status just by changing your internal perspective. The silence trick. This is the darkest one we'll talk about today, and it's incredibly effective. Most people are terrified of silence. In a conversation, if there's a gap, people will scramble to fill it with words, and that's usually when they spill secrets or agree to things they shouldn't.
Next time you ask someone a question and they give you a half answer, don't say anything. Just look at them, nod slightly, count to 5 in your head. 9 times out of 10, they'll keep talking just to break the awkwardness, and they'll give you the information you were actually looking for. It's a way of exerting pressure without ever raising your voice. Keeping the map. The goal of learning these things isn't to become a person who uses others. It's about being socially literate. When you understand the why behind human behavior, the world stops being a confusing place and starts being a game you actually know how to play. You start seeing the patterns in movies and politics and even in your own family dinners. So here's your homework. Pick one of these, maybe the Benjamin Franklin effect or the mirroring trick, and try it out in a low-stakes situation. See how it feels. Notice how the other person reacts, and most importantly, notice how your brain tries to justify everything. Remember, your mind is a powerful tool, but it's also got some pretty funny bugs in the software. Once you know where the bugs are, you can start being the one who writes the code. Stay sharp, stay curious, and maybe, just maybe, go ask that person you're nervous about for a stapler. You might be surprised at what happens next.